But there's no doubt that this machine is dangerous. The alien warned us it might cost us more than we expected.
What does that mean?
It might mean that just turning on the machine might kill us.
You mean he booby-trapped the thing?
I mean that the machine may draw on more than life crystals. It may drain the life out of whoever uses it.
Then I'm running the controls.
Don't be absurd. It might do nothing, too. Or it could kill whoever isn't at the controls. I just want to tell you.
No goodbyes. We're gonna make it home together, Maggie.
I'm not sentimental, Boston. I just want you to promise me something.
After you saw me break every promise I made to Brink, you want me to make another one to you?
What happened with Brink couldn't be helped, Boston. I know you'll keep your word with me.
What's the promise?
If I die and you live, don't use any life crystals on me. Don't revive me. Do you understand?
Are you sure?
I saw what Brink became. I don't want that to happen to me. You wouldn't be saving Maggie Robbins. You'd be creating a monster with my memories, my face. Don't do it. Promise me.
I promise, Maggie. And vice versa, okay?
All right.
And now you tell me the truth about something, Maggie.
Ooh.
Are you sure you didn't find out somewhere that something bad happens to the person at the controls of this machine?
Boston, I don't know any more than you do about what will happen when I switch this thing on.
If that's a lie, I'm going to be really ticked off, Maggie.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Interesting response.
Here we go.
See, he's a bit confused. So you see now all the things are moving and shaking now, so.
Oh shit.
It's stuck. I'll have to pry it open.
Be careful.
So that's the last one, the last device.
Yeah.
Let's open the door.
Yeah.
Maggie! Maggie, you liar!
Her last word she hears.
Yeah.
The eye.
It worked. The eye is restored.
Worth it then. Go home.
Maggie.
So now, this is where you have your choice of good or bad ending.
Okay.
At this moment,
You could revive her.
you could go back and get a life crystal and revive her.
Oh.
So I'm going to ask you now, what do you think is the good ending?
Don't revive her.
Revive her.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Let's discuss this one. What? So what's your argument for? Okay, if we're working on saying like, okay, the good ending is don't revive her. What's
Yeah.
your argument?
She asked not to, so if you revive her, she will just cause wanton destruction.
Interesting. And why do you think it's a good ending if you revive her?
These video games are supposed to have no deaths. It's LucasArts. So
Well,
even unlife is better than dead.
Yeah, so you think it's a case of basically like, okay, we can't live without her, essentially.
Yes.
Looks like the controls must have shorted out when the eye machine was turned on. Great. Trapped.
So, you have to have had a life crystal on you in order to revive her.
Okay.
Because the trams now have shut down because the eye is open.
Okay.
It basically creates, like, has such a power drain on the rest of the world that you have to be here. But if you did have that's why the game basically insists that you have like a good stash of life crystals at all times.
Yeah.
So if we had life crystal, we could revive her there, but we can't. So she's dead. We'll find out at the end if it's a good or bad ending.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
We're gonna find out she had a life crystal in her pocket the whole time.
Maybe. Oh, Doug.
She's just a bit of concussed. She's not actually dead. He never actually checked her pulse.
I don't know. She looked pretty like ropey there. At the
Her eyes went back up in her head.
Yeah.
They had one more trick up his sleeve.
So how do we get rid of the dog?
Bone.
No. It's quite simple.
Dogs love bones.
Oh.
Just poor dog.
I didn't want to
Evil
kill the
bastard.
dog. I just
That
wanted
was
him
the
to be
inventor's
distracted.
last chance to stop. I will.
I mean, I'm sure the dogs can swim.
I will bring
Yeah,
the people
true.
of this place back
With
home,
the
and they will build
Brinkless
me a
monster.
starship
Exactly.
that will take me back to Earth.
Yeah, if anything, if you're looking for a steed for Brink, he just found it. Just there mushing on it as he's trying to get to from one spar to the other. Swim, you shit!
Yay.
Yes. Now, the reason he had that little monologue to himself is that, bear in mind, in order to survive, to try and come back to this reality, he has to believe. He has to
Why
keep
can
the script of
Why
reality.
can't you take one of the lines off of the fast travel system here to go get another life crystal?
That's a very good point. I could. But I didn't.
Ah, okay. So just because the transroid doesn't mean...
Doesn't mean anything, yeah. But now here we go.
Oh.
So we've just spread ourselves across time and space.
Beautiful. A guy could get lost here real easy. No, I'm not going any farther into this place. I'm staying here, where I can get back out again.
Oh, look, he's
You are as
found.
strong as we hoped you were. I can understand you. In Spacetime 6, all living minds communicate perfectly.
Hey dear.
This is trippy as fuck.
Yeah. But bear in mind, he's now opened the door back to their reality.
Yeah.
So they're all going home now.
Okay.
To a place where we will someday die, yes. But we will have a life before we die. Every past and future. I can see
Ratting.
them all. But which
Yeah.
one is real? Go back now, human. Take me home. My people have their bodies, their bones, their lives again. We only
All
drink
6
death,
people.
Martin.
Yeah.
Well, it was a million. There are millions of them, in fairness.
Was to go back to Earth and tell the story of how they died. Why not let them tell their own story?
Oh?
Oh.
I wish. You knew the way home, but I know all the other paths through time and space.
He's gonna revive them himself.
So just because they died in this reality.
Oh.
Aha.
I've brought you a gift. Man,
Brink has 2 hands.
Brink.
But there's also something else different about him.
We were lost.
Old?
This being
Yes.
found us and led us back.
Creepiest smile.
That's the good ending. You're right, Burkwa.
Yay!
If you brought her back with a life crystal, she would run off.
So you really
And she
believe
would- she'd
in
refuse to
resurrecting
help you?
crystals?
And then when you revive her, then she'd give you a smack across the face.
And
Okay.
besides, what the crystals bring back from death, it wouldn't have been you.
I know, Boston. You kept your word. And yet, you did find a way to bring me back from death.
It wasn't me, but I'm glad you're here. And I'm free of the madness of the crystals, too.
Also me.
Did it, though? No, it was our
So yeah, the
friend.
penalty for him eating all those life crystals was that it aged
Aged
him
him,
immensely. Yeah.
We once revered a great inventor because he opened the door to our...
Well, also that he was also probably on the planet for X amount of years
Yeah.
as well. So you can argue it's one of something and the other. You know.
All I am is a guy who wants to get back home. Already my people are preparing a great crystal starship to take you there. But we can come back, can't we?
For those life crystals.
I just don't want to bring back one to put on my mantelpiece.
Strong, full of hope and passion.
Like there are 2 at the bottom of the staircase outside.
He doesn't need to know that. He just makes nay on the life crystal, okay?
Our species forever.
I hope you're right.
Yes, the humans and the bird
Not all
men.
human beings are as, nice as us.
Oh, I know that. Our young species are like that way. But don't worry. If any of your people try to pick a fight, we'll mash them.
Yay!
Hey, conquerors!
The ship is
in the span of this conversation.
And that's how Starship Troopers started.
Telling the people, that's Maggie's job.
And getting us home, that was yours.
I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be one hell of an article on The Atlantic, isn't it? This is worth the subscription alone, yeah.
So, the only crowd who would ever pick this story up because it's so unbelievable was Breitbart News in the end.
Yeah, who fucking knew, right? We have an exclusive where fucking
Crystal Trails
RFK Jr.
turning us all into birds.
To turn the freaking aspires gay! My wife has left me! Again! In fairness, I don't think even Breitbart would pick this up because if we had to go onto a massive crystal to go to the same planet, they think that would be actually too gay. So actually that's actually worked out well for all of us, hasn't it? Like, and that is it! They've gone home and...
Based on the concept by Steven Spielberg. Like, whether or not you want to be on this credit list, Steven Spielberg, we're putting you on it.
In fairness, he gets 2 credits there. He also added more plot points as well.
Yeah.
So he actually did flesh out the story a little bit. But the game is written mostly by Sharon Clarke and Orson Scott Card.
Yeah.
So again, depending on how much you think you think they've thrown into it in between, but yeah, that is it. Game done.
This would make a good series.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
I could understand, like, Spielberg, I suppose it's kind of for screen direction. It could work.
It's a funny one. I think if LucasArts had not enforced their kind of own rule of like every game is self-contained, and done basically beyond that, I would agree with you in one aspect. I think Monkey Island was always their accepted rule because that was their kind of baby, and he always wanted to have bits and bobs. But it is important to note as well that like the original creators of Monkey Island only made 2 of the games that are actually been made.
Yeah.
Like the Curse of Monkey Island and Escape from Monkey Island and all the other ones were all made by a different team within LucasArts. They didn't have anything to do with the original creators. And there's all of our voice actors there. Daniel Jones, Mary Wise, everyone there. Steve Bloom did a lot of the actors, so he's very versatile, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're looking at thinking, okay, so technically they only did like 2. And the sequel, the Monkey Island 2 was essentially a piss take of sequels. That's why they left it on a stupid cliffhanger with a deliberately shit ending, you know. But all the other ones they had, like outside of the Sam and Max series, which is basically a detective game anyway, of like here's some just random fucking adventures, you know. Everything else, like, is there a sequel in Grand Fandango? You'd say probably not. Unless you just had a completely different set of characters in a different part of the world. Yeah. In Loom, there's a very satisfying ending with that, but there probably could be a second game in Loom. I think there's definitely an extra game or 2 in this, personally. Because again, you have, okay, what happens next after this then? Where do more people make contact? Do we learn about the same species? Do other things happen because of this? You know, kind of way.
Yeah, when they go back, do they try and...
Yeah.
Does a war start up between the 2?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like, I don't think Tim Schafer was involved in this particular project, but he's a lot softer on the whole sequelizing of their games than everyone else is. Because his project Psychonauts, after the LucasArts kind of but kind of merged back into to all the other masters that it has, that recently had a sequel as well. And again, that's another...
kept our computers working.
I mean, that's fair. And yeah, that recently had a sequel as well, and it was long awaited, and that's a series worthy of a sequel because we actually did enough to kind of warrant it, you know, kind of way.
Yeah.
But much the same as anything else. You left enough on the table to go, oh yeah, I want to see this character back, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas, and this is also why I kind of appreciate the thought of how LucasArts put the games together. They write the games as if they're not intending to make more.
Yeah.
It's not a cash grab. It's not a cash in by any stretch. So there's a lovely, at the time, we actually did make a novel of this.
Yeah.
It was like, I like that. It was like, because that wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
It was never a thing at this point. Monkey. And these are people who have left the job since, but they still get credits, which I think is a nice thought.
Ron Gilbert?
Yeah, Ron Gilbert, yeah. who we would have known him for Monkey Island. Brian Moriarty there, the man behind Loom. And yeah, a lot of the authorship is still there in LucasArts at this stage, you know, which is quite nice. So again, this would have been more the Tim Schafer era at this point, but again, he wasn't involved in this project at all. But yeah, that was basically the dig.
It was good. I have to say, the storyline is excellent. Some of the puzzles I would have struggled if we had not had a pre-recording of the puzzles. I probably would have struggled and gotten very frustrated at the changing crystals, doors.
Yeah.
Just the repetitiveness of it, but cutscene.
That's a little Easter egg.
But yeah, brilliant. I enjoyed. What do you think?
I enjoyed. Again, some of the puzzles wouldn't have been like fun to go through live. Glad that we were able to get them done kind of in summary.
Yes, I think so.
Like pausing and like, okay, what do we all think? So yeah, no, glad we got it done.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm a big fan of Dig myself. Like, I think because I had the problem with the first playthrough I had, I actually kind of got a better appreciation of it the second time around, because a lot of stuff just made more sense.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, no, I think, and I definitely thought it was a lot easier the second time around as well, because I think I just got too bogged down in some of the more nuanced stuff about it. It's like, I'm there looking for like this obvious blue thing where like, okay, it's probably not like that in particular, but if you've kind of pegged back what you were thinking of the last time, that is actually the right answer. You just overcomplicated yourself, you know. But it's not the hardest puzzle game in the world, I have to say. But especially for the puzzles that you do have to like slow down with, like say like the possum or the fossil one, they're really good ones. They're like, you can see what you want to do. Yeah. They are able. It's theoretically able to do. Yeah. But trying to pull it off is annoying.
Do the clicks in the right order, or get the shapes into the exact positions. They are better versions of the cup in
Ripper. Dead on, yeah, absolutely.
You know, you could see in Ripper, and I always go and I use that as my go-to terrible puzzle. Yeah,
so it's a great example, actually. Yeah,
where you know what you want to do, but it's so badly done. Whereas at least you know what you have to do. It's just repetitive with the door crystals. Yeah. That's would be my only critique of it.
Yeah. And I think that I don't think there's any real way to avoid it in a sense, because ultimately when they were redesigning this game over and over again, because again the intended was like for 3 different characters to be doing 3 different jobs. When they had to basically just said, fuck it, let's just leave it to one guy and let him basically be the explorer and open things up. Yeah. There's no way to avoid something like that. Yeah. You know, and as at least with the light bridges, you're not like, I insisted on the light bridges in that playthrough, but someone else playing it might not even realise that's a thing. Yeah. So then when they're told, oh, we need the light bridges to connect everything, then they have to go back all around the fucking place and connect everything, you know. So that adds to the thing as well. Yeah. When you mentioned Ripper, I think that was a great example, because the Dig is a very good example of a game where you live within the means of your engine. So with Ripper, the biggest problem was they were making puzzles and they were making like programming things that their engine physically wasn't capable of. Yeah. If you can't do, say, a shooting segment, don't do a shooting segment, because it looks like fucking gash. Yeah. And they did. Yeah. In the same way that if you can't do a fixer-upper or a puzzle like the cup, don't do it. Do something else. Yeah. So the puzzles that were grand in that engine, like say the tile puzzles, like figure out the words and all this sort of stuff, they're deciphering something. They're really good and interesting because they're tied to the plot. They're not badly designed in any way. But as I said, when you're making a game like that, you think the thing is brilliant, and then once you come out of your rabbit hole after 2 years development, you see those guys over there. And
they've done it so much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can understand it, you know. So anyway, so that is the Dig done. That's the latest chapter of of Click the Thing done. So
Click that thing.
So again, we are not going to reveal too much, but there may be a break in between what's happening on Click the Thing. But
I'm going into retirement.
Things. Yeah, you're going into clicking retirement. Yeah, exactly.
I need to rest my clicking finger.
Exactly. Now, in the meantime, we can have a conversation off camera about where we go next with the series. But to help me out, as we always do with this series, I can give you an option of clicking or twisting.
Twist. I'm going to go twist.
You're going to go twist.
Yeah,
right.
I had it in my head.
Okay.
Come into this recording something a bit different.
Bit different, okay. Do you want a sequel?
Sure.
Alright then. 1, 2 or 3?
Let's go 3.
3. Alright then. The next game that I will be playing on your behalf to watch will be Broken Sword 2.
Woo! Ah, I'm happy with that one.
Yeah. Broken Sword 2. That is the Smoke and Mirror. So you remember Broken Sword for its Templar shenanigans. Take the Templars out and put in the Mayan Apocalypse instead.
Okay, cool.
And this was 12 years before the 2012
Mayan
panicking.
Actual.
So they treated the year 2000 in universe as the Mayan Apocalypse.
Right, okay.
So it's a much shorter game, but it's a lot tighter. There's not as much faffing about powers as the first game. It's very focused on what it does. But I think we're going to have quite a lot of fun with it. It's a game I know off the back of my fucking hands because I've played it so many times. So I will have trivia du jour about it. But yes, next time on Click the Thing, Burkbot and James, if you're willing, if you're about, we'll be checking out Broken Sword 2, The Smoke and Mirror.
Happy?
Woo!
So until then, we will be doing other things bar clicking, but when we come back, we will be clicking more things.
Click that thing!
Click the thing.
Hurtle dartle. Good night, everybody.